Yep, that's me. You might be wondering how I got into this mess. And it's kind of a funny story. Well, it all started 6 months ago when I said I was going to change my life.
Hi, my name's Catherine. Welcome back to day 15 of my series where I reinvent myself in 6 months.
6 months ago, I told a tiny white lie that spiraled into a full-blown backhanded life decision. I told some old classmates that I'd been diligently practicing tennis, despite not having touched a racket in half a year. Fast forward to them actually inviting me to play, and suddenly I'm sprinting headfirst into a training arc I never asked for.
Look at me. That was clownery, tomfoolery. I don't know why I said that. Do you think that I'm not going to double down on this lie and I'm going to tell them the truth and get them to rescind their offer of kind invitation? No. On this channel, we are going to just get better at tennis and avoid telling the truth.
Cue panic, classes, and a lot of trying to look like I know what I'm doing when I really don't. Then came the Suburban Tennis League. I wasn't scouted for talent, they just needed bodies. But once I showed up and saw how good the other girls were, oof. My confidence went from Wimbledon hopeful to ball retriever energy real quick.
They were kind of feeling out my level, and I wasn't so awful that I could be completely unreliable, but obviously I wasn't as good as like most of them.
So now I'm on the hook to actually play a real game of tennis. And with my pride on the line, I've officially entered my Rocky montage era. 1 week, 1 racket, and 1 Delulu dream of not embarrassing myself. Let's do this.
So we're finally here. Here's what our plan is. We are going to get our cardio in. We're also actually going to play. My worst nightmare. Somehow children have appeared next to me. Well, I have to push through. So we're going to work on our cardio today. We are also going to actually work on our tennis today. It's a nice day outside, and I really thought that the whole week was gonna be nice, but apparently not. Apparently we are expecting some rain. So I'm also going to be trying to take pictures for my Instagram and up our popularity score. They left, I'm so happy. Well, obviously the first thing we have to do is go on that run. We made it. We're back. We did a lap around this big park. That was our warm-up. I really thought that I was gonna like talk to you guys while I was running, and honestly I think that was arrogance on my part. Something I have noticed is that it's not nearly as bad as it was the last time. I could run through like an entire song without stopping. Not entirely sure when I gained this level of fitness, but it's there, so I'm happy. But the only other problem is we have no court. All of the courts are full. They have like 4 people on it, and the rules is that you have to wait your turn. Technically speaking, you're supposed to only have the court for an hour, but that's not typically how it ends up working. So we're just gonna have to wait. It's a war of attrition. But I have planned for this very instance in case that this has happened. Watch. I don't know what this is called, but this is basically a like self-practice thing. This is filled with water. Oh, it's called a tennis trainer. It's on it. So what you do is you put this on the ground. It's got water in it, and you hit the ball, and it's tied to a string, so you can hit it and it'll come right back to you. I guess I'll play around with that until a court becomes available. courts are filled. This is pretty lucky. I straight up said that if there isn't a court available like in the next 10 minutes, then I will go home and do something else. So lucky me. So as I said before, we're gonna work on taking pictures too. These are the pictures that it's really bright, so I'm just gonna put them on the screen. But these are the pictures that I'm thinking of emulating, because we have to boost our popularity after all. We're not out here for absolutely no reason, and we're not playing tennis for no reason. Okay, practice is done for today. I think I did pretty okay. I targeted a lot of the spots where I was specifically weak, mostly in places where I have to chase the ball. I am really self-conscious about that. My first game is in 1 week. It's exactly in a week actually, it's next week. And I have been procrastinating. I haven't really been working out all that much. I haven't been practicing tennis. In fact, the last time I practiced tennis, I dang near injured myself. This is gonna be probably one of the most intense training montages that will be on this channel, because I really, really wanna win. It's my first ever tennis game, and I want to win.
Okay, so this was day 2 of my tennis training arc, and things did not go to plan. First off, my outfit, and more importantly, my skirt. Did I look amazing in it? Absolutely. Did it allow for any mobility? No, not even a little. So yeah, I panicked and I tried to throw on some sweatpants, but that just made me feel frumpy and awkward. So I tried to play through it, which just resulted in me being way too stressed to the point where I couldn't even get the ball over the net. After finally admitting defeat, I wandered over to the playground to mope. But honestly, climbing around for a few minutes actually weirdly healed me, just enough dopamine to stop spiraling. So yeah, day 2, lesson learned. I need a routine. No more speed running the warm-up, no more outfit chaos, just structure, a little planning, and maybe a better mini skirt.
I'm feeling a bit demotivated right now because, so I'm used to filming on my phone, right? And I recently got a new camera. It's really nice. The quality is really awesome. However, it has this function that drives me up the freaking wall. There's a function called slow and quick where it basically films you in slow motion. So I just filmed the intro for today when we are 5 days out, and I am kind of annoyed that none of it was captured on the camera. I have to get rid of all that footage now. I guess this is basically new YouTuber problems, not knowing your camera. There is something good that happened though. The bright side on the end of the tunnel, there's a free treadmill and it's on the end. So nobody's next to me and barely anyone's on the treadmill, so that means that I won't have to feel as bad recording all my content. Hopefully the sauna and the hot tub are the same way, but I honestly don't really have my hopes up. It was so hot in that sauna and in the hot tub. I was kind of blacking out. I really like being in hot weather, but at the same time, it simultaneously saps all of the energy. You know those girls that fall in love with Dracula, but also know that Dracula is a vampire who sucks the life out of them? And they're just oh, but it feels good. That's me. I'm still in the process of recovering and I'm starving, so we are gonna get something to eat. Not entirely sure what though. I'm really starting to lose count, so I think that we're 4 days out. So I just did my ab routine. I am also going to do my meditation and play something relaxing to kind of get my mind off of, you know, the impending game and stuff like that. I think that today was pretty proactive. I ran a really, like, I guess I didn't even run a mile, but I ran half a mile. It was like on and off and stuff, but I actually didn't feel like garbage while I was doing it. So I think that's pretty good. I think I'll be able to go out tomorrow. I don't think it's gonna rain, and I'm actually gonna go to bed. I lied. I was gonna say I'm gonna go to bed early, but I'm actually gonna play The Sims, and it's like already like 10:30. I'll be good tomorrow. Hello, back at the park. We are 5 days out now. I said we were 4 days yesterday, but that's because I legitimately was losing count. So I'm gonna do my usual routine because I've learned that routine is important. I am a ritual girly. So I'm gonna do my running, I'm gonna do my warm-ups, and then we are gonna find a court. There's tons of classes out here today, but the weather is like not as beautiful as it's been like the past couple of days, so a lot of the other people that would be here are not here. So good luck for me. Okay. Okay, I'm back from my run. It was a short run because I'm gonna be running a lot. I am still gonna do my jump rope because I did bring that today. Yeah, I feel like I've been forgetting that jump rope like every single time I shoot, and I'm like, I'm missing like the, you know, like in Rocky and like all those other training montages where they're using the jump rope. Anyway, well, I hope you'll get some enjoyment out of watching me fumble with this jump rope, because it'll be the second time I'll have like used it, like period, pretty much. Oh, I didn't show you my outfit, but it is pretty fire. It's pretty cute. Let me show you. Motions. So I got the bag of my dreams, my manifestations. It's like the same as like all the other girls. I got this C. It's separate, but it's for me. Don't you think it just like makes this fit pop? I don't know. Don't you think that's just freaking darling?
What?
That barely got over. Apparently in tennis, they if it barely gets over, they'd be like, "You want to redo it?" I'm like, "Bitch, no, it got over." They'll be like, "Can we redo that?" Because the other person would not be able to get the ball. I say, in a real game, if I were to skim the net and it just pops onto the other side, that's called luck. Okay? My legs feel like jelly. Y'all know when y'all get to that level of hunger where like you start making bad decisions? I'm at that level of hunger. I really think that I should start carrying like snacks or something like that for when I go and do these like intense practices. You know, in all fairness, I've been running around and actually practicing and being productive for several hours at a time, consecutively for a couple days now. I'm gonna eat this and I'm not gonna be as hungry afterwards, and I'm gonna do other things that balance out how bad this is for me.
What started as a simple distraction from my real-life turmoil quickly spiraled into a full-blown soap opera in The Sims 4. So I created an adorable sim with one clear goal: enter into a slow burn enemies to lovers storyline with a man named Lewis, who immediately called me Tuna Head and somehow made it work.
What's up, Tuna Head? I feel like he wants me.
I'll
Is that
admit I was
weird?
desperate. The drama was brewing, and I tried sparking up jealousy and chaos to spice things up. Then, out of nowhere, my sim dies. Like,
Am I
flat out
dead?
gone. Mid-plot line. Just dead.
I mean, maybe I just need a good sleep? Ah! Oh my god! Louis, do something. Louis! Bro, are you so serious? Oh my god!
And after that was a bit messy.
Let me charm the ghost. Let me ask to hang out. Oh no!
Yeah, I absolutely crashed out over this. And from the ashes of that came the rise of my backup plan, a goth younger sister sim custom built to resurrect her fallen sibling and carry the narrative. All I know is that I'm emotionally invested, slightly haunted, and completely re-addicted to The Sims. 10 out of 10 would get insulted by Tuna Head again.
So we are T minus. Let me see. What day is it? Damn, it's the 31st? No, it's not. It's literally not the 31st. Alexa, what's today's date?
Today is Saturday, May 31st.
Shit! Alright, so, after realizing what day it is, we are 2 days away from our match. T minus 2 days. Yesterday, I will say that was like a rest day. My legs and my like abs in particular are quite sore from doing like the same kind of repetitive motion. But on the bright side, my cheeks look insane. They look so much smoother from just running for a week. Everything in the house is like falling apart, you know? So, you know how like in The Sims, basically, like you have a coffee maker and the coffee maker explodes and then your toilet starts to leak and all this stuff happens like really randomly just to add to the chaos? That stuff happens in real life too. So like my kitchen's a mess, I have to do laundry, there's clothes everywhere, and I just need an overall reset before I go out and play tennis and stuff like that. I feel like I will wake up in disarray. I feel like it'll make me late for some reason. We will go ahead and do that. Then we will go and play tennis. And then after that, I have something else to do for a different video. So we are very productive today. First thing we have to do is laundry. Now that's what I call lucky girl syndrome. The guy has to wait a whole hour, and I don't even have to wait 10 minutes. I think today was very productive. I did a practice game today and I won. Your girl is now the tennis princess for now until the end of days. And I'm really happy to take this energy with me into the next phase of the plan, which is to actually play in a real game and stuff. So whatever the reverse of psych yourself up is, it helps me de-psych myself. So yes, I'm gonna do my stretches, I'm gonna do some meditation, and I'm going to get ready for something that's happening in a different video. But yeah, it's all happening today, so I'm really happy about this. Okay, we are 1 day out. The actual match is tomorrow, and while I would not say that I'm freaking out, I do know myself. I am the type that has like mad performance anxiety, I would say. I'm actually going to go to a Reiki session. Reiki is like a Japanese like technique for stress management and stress alleviation. I figure I need some of that right now. I get to have this Reiki session for free because my boyfriend's mom is actually a Reiki master. Maybe I can get like a picture of the table, but I don't really think that she wants me filming because it is in her house.
but I am going to tell you about the results that I got and how I feel afterwards. Like right now, I feel like, okay, I feel normal, but at the same time, I feel like this kind of stuff doesn't hit me until like I'm right on the court, and I really don't need to be going through stress management, coping mechanisms, and all that stuff and calming down right as I'm about to hit the ball. I need to figure this out beforehand so that I have a buffer. You know, that's really what I'm aiming for right now. Okay, I'm back now. I was laying down on a table and she would feel with her hands above each of my chakra points, and then she would also take the pendulum, and the pendulum swinging in a certain direction, back and forth, standing completely still, or counterclockwise or clockwise. They each tell different information about like where my mental state is at. Here's what ended up happening. I was laying down and I felt fine, but as soon as she said, think positive thoughts, you know, I started trying to think about tennis, because I'm here because of, you know, my performance anxiety issues with tennis and me trying to be less nervous, right? So tell me why I just kept thinking about getting it in the net, like it hitting the net, it doesn't even go over, or people looking at their watch on their hand, trying to see like what time the match is over and stuff. Like I legitimately felt like shaken. My crown chakra, my spiritual self, going counterclockwise. This typically means that I have issues with the past. And that's really all that came up when I was thinking about, when I was trying to think positive thoughts. All I kept thinking of was me making mistakes, making the same mistakes that I always make and stuff. And by the end of it, she said that my chakras were all in alignment, and by the end of it I did feel a very distinct sense of like inner peace. Once I guess announced myself as like, you have been working hard, even if it's for a week, it is still hard work, you have been improving, and you have what it takes. You go out there and you fucking crush them. I feel like that's kind of extreme, and maybe that's why I avoid saying that kind of stuff, but that's legitimately how I feel. I think it's either like, oh, we're just playing around and we're like, you know, we're just practicing, it's just fun, or I am going to beat your ass, like I'm going to crush you into the ground, okay? So it's either one or it's the other. So I guess we're gonna be leaning into our violent tendencies today. Look what I got! Oh. New shoes! They were granted to me by overnight shipping and my boyfriend. Look at the cute design! The other shoes that I were using were definitely running shoes. The difference is that, as you can see, cooked. They are cooked, first and foremost. So I got new shoes because these ones are cooked, but the base on this one is wider, so it can absorb the impact from me going side to side a lot more. So the chances of me falling on my face are a lot less. So I'm so happy. Thank you. It is game day. I am probably less than 7 hours out from my actual first game. I'm at the tennis courts right now. We're gonna do our usual routine. We're gonna do our warm-ups. We're gonna get into the ritual of it. I'm going to incorporate every single thing that I've learned so far this past week to try and really get me in the right headspace to win. I've already done my meditations, but to be honest, I probably will still do one more before I go. And yeah, we will get into it.
The weather is impeccable today, and I find that a very good omen. I am done with my last practice before my game. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I didn't really practice my second serve, but I am confident in it. A lot more confident in serving in general. I really worked my butt off doing mostly serves. I'm happy that I came out and I practiced, and I didn't like forego that today, because I feel like the best warm-up is actually like going out and playing. But I didn't go as hard or like as long as I typically would. Even though it's hours later, I don't want to like have felt like I already played a game and then play another game. I feel like this journey in general has been like rather healing and like confidence boosting and stuff. I really appreciate being outside. I really like the atmosphere being outside. I liked being around other people who were also playing or practicing or even just learning. You know, it was just a really nice opportunity. And then just kind of now having the court all to myself and stuff like that just seems really fitting as well. I still got some other stuff that I need to do before this, before the actual game. So I'm gonna have some avocado toast and with like a fried egg before I go. Maybe like an hour or two before I go. I feel like I'm just gonna go there and like the game is like not gonna be as serious, but at the same time, if it is that serious, then I'll be grateful because I'm happy to play with people who are serious. But if not, and if we're just having fun and stuff like that, then I'll still crush them. I'm getting stage fright, you know, that's like what's happening right now. And I am going to just, you know, woosah myself. We are already here. I've already done practice. I've done everything that I need to do. I've done all I can. And I feel like that is the ideal condition that somebody should be before they go into anything. That I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna try and have some fun. I'm here early. Happy that I chose to leave early and stuff, but like I'm having all these like extra thoughts like, what if I brought my racket inside the house and I left the racket in there? That's how like I know that I'm like kind of nervous. So I'm gonna do one more meditation. We're gonna go in, and I hope that they kind of let us hit some balls on the court beforehand just to kind of warm up.
Anxiety is our response to a form of stress rather than remove it completely. Because anxiety is not necessarily all bad.
So the answer now, I was like, I need 2-5. Yeah.
Okay, so I lost. Just to cut to the chase with the fries in the bag, I lost. But how do I feel now that I've like ripped the band-aid off? You know, win or lose, the first actual game that I care about. My dress is cute and everything. I actually feel good about it. I don't feel good that I lost, but I know why I lost. So despite my meditations and everything, I still had a lot of the first game jitters, and I feel like everybody knew. Like, I don't know, it must be written all over my face. Like, I must have like a very expressive, nervous face or something, because it did seem like everybody knew, and they were all telling me, oh, you should calm down. And my partner was so nice. She was such a sweetheart. She really like helped me throughout the game. She was like coaching me. Here are some of the highlights of the game. First, I was so nervous. I really was disheartened by how badly I was like playing against this girl. This is 2.5, so this is like the beginner level and stuff, right? I was like, dude, if this is 2.5, then like I must be like 1.0. And I was thinking, like, I'm not really, what if I'm not like supposed to be here? What if I'm like holding everyone back and like the same things, the same cycles over and over again? Because I definitely forfeited like a whole set. So like 7 games, I definitely forfeited like a whole set. She hits hard as a fucking brick. But my partner, she pulled me over and said, I don't think that girl is a 2.5. I think that that girl is a 3.0 because I've played with 3.0s and they hit just like her. And I was like, you're right. She does hit like a 3.0. I have hit with people that are like that, but I don't know. I guess I just thought, well, she is in the 2.5 ranking, so maybe this is what a 2.5 is. But just knowing that she was a 3.0 for like the rest of the game, I referred to her as Miss Trunchbull. That is exactly what I thought about her, because the other girl, she was a 2.5. Playing with her felt like we were on even footing, but she has this fucking behemoth of a woman next to her, you know, smashing these fucking balls and stuff. And I got so mad about the shit that like I won a few games, if you ask my partner, pretty much by myself, you know. I was so pissed about it. And am I satisfied with the results? Am I satisfied that at the end of the game, they both said, that was a good game? And they looked surprised. They looked shocked that it was a good game because they had won this first set so easily. We were some of the last people that were playing. I ran their asses down. So I was very happy with myself, and I've got another game in 2 weeks, and this will be a learning lesson for me. I think the next game, I'm definitely going to win it.
So yeah, I lost my first tennis game. And honestly, it sucked. I trained hard. I stressed myself out, hyped myself up like I was the main character, and still failed. That kind of fail hits harder when you build yourself up expecting a win. But if I really think back, why did I even pick up a racket in the first place? To make friends. Duh. And the cute clothes. And somewhere between those awkward first serves and panic drills, I did make friends. I laughed with people I probably would have just walked past on the street. I showed up, I stuck with it, and I connected. Not just with tennis, but with people. So yeah, I didn't win the match. But maybe I still won a little something in the end.